guys, what's up? It is the Chinchilla Notebook here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Merlin's currently hiding. Anyway, today's video is going to be 5 chinchilla products that I regret buying. 5 or 6 things, I haven't really decided, actually more like 6 things that I have bought in the past for my chinchillas, either Merlin or my first chinchilla, and that I regret. But you know what, like this guy, he finds anything to chew. By the way, if you're wondering where I am, I'm in my parents' bathroom right now, and I just kind of set this place up for playtime. I don't really know if, you know, what Merlin thinks of it. He's been in here a couple times before, but he hasn't been in here for a while, so I kind of just try to chin-proof it, keep him out of the shower area. And yeah, so that being said, let's just get into the video. Okay guys, so the first item that I regret buying is called a hay ball, and I don't know if you guys know what this is. I'll put a picture on the screen, but this item was something that I really regret buying because I first got it with my first chinchilla, and I continued to use it along when I had Merlin. I was just like, you know what, whatever, it worked with my first chinchilla, why can't I just use it now? But people started leaving me comments telling me that I should take it out because it's dangerous. And honestly, I never had a problem, never even thought there could be a problem with a hay ball. So I was like, why should I take it out? But then people actually started messaging me their horror stories. Let me just tell you, it was not a very pleasant story. They had told me how chinchillas had broken their limbs before. He's just ignoring me. No, now he's not. Anyway, so basically I decided to get rid of the hay ball, and now I regret using that because what they can do is they can strangle your chinchilla, they can break their limbs, their little paws, they can get stuck in there. It's just not something that's really pretty, and although it's never happened to me, thankfully, I just kind of regret it because it could have happened. The second one is a KT plastic water bottle. I don't want to say it has anything to do with the specific brand, but I've had so much trouble with KT's water bottles, especially their plastic ones. I've had glass ones from them before that worked out pretty well, but their plastic ones were just plain terrible. I think I had 3 in the past, and they kept breaking, kept leaking, and they would make a huge mess all over the cage. And every time I'd be like, I'm done with this brand. By the second time, I was like, I'm done. So I started using a different one, and then eventually it went back to buying a KT plastic water bottle. It was the same brand and like it was made out of plastic, but it was like just a different style or something, but it still leaked and made a huge mess in the cage. And it was with my first chinchilla, so my chinchilla actually got wet a little bit, and it was just terrible, and I really regret continuing to buy those products. I don't really know if it's that specific brand or something, but that's just the problem that I had with KT plastic water bottles. The next thing, which is the third thing, is an exercise ball. So I'm going to put another picture of this on the screen for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. But again, I had this with my first chinchilla, and by the way, if you can't tell, I made a lot of mistakes with my first chinchilla. But basically, I just bought one of these balls because I thought that they were pretty good, and that was a great way to let your chinchilla loose in your house with them still being safe, which the concept, I guess, is pretty great, but it's just not good. I mean, your chinchilla, first of all, is confined to such a small space, and they can't even truly enjoy playtime. He's like, what are you doing? And then another thing is that they can easily overheat, which is what makes them dangerous. So if you are thinking of using one, or if you are using one, please stop. They're very bad for your chinchillas. And it's just like, what's the point of letting your chinchilla out of their cage if they're just going to be stuck in a ball? I mean, like, honestly, they can't even jump around or do anything. Merlin, what are you doing? That's just another product that I regret buying. Again, nothing happened with my chinchilla, like nothing bad happened, but it wasn't a good time for him. And I mean, he couldn't really enjoy playtime, and those balls were just really restricting and dangerous. Okay, so the fourth thing is toys with bells. Oh my word. This one, I feel like no other chinchilla owner struggles with this. I feel like it's just me. But I actually might still have one in his cage, but I used to buy toys with bells on them. Like, you know, like the little tinkling ones at the end of a kebab, or like on a string of wood. I don't even know. They used to have bells on them, and it would get horrible. I mean, like, my chinchilla, Merlin here, would go crazy. At night, he would play with them, move them against the cage bars. He would just pick them up. He would just kick it. I don't know what he would do, but it was so loud. Like, I couldn't sleep. He would wake me up with a really loud, like, he would hit the bell really loudly. And this would happen so much with all of his toy bells, like his toys with bells on them. So yeah, any products I regret buying with bells, and I don't do that anymore. And if a toy does have a bell on it, I usually will take it off. The fifth thing is hay cubes. Now this one isn't really something that's like, oh, it was unsafe or whatever. Hay cubes are perfectly fine for chinchillas, the Timothy hay cubes. But the reason I regret it is because Merlin just doesn't like hay cubes. My first chinchilla did, but this guy, he doesn't. So I bought so many, and I remember being really excited about it too. I always had wanted to have hay cubes, so I bought like this huge bag of them, and he never ate them. He literally just rolled them around in his cage and then didn't do anything else. So that's definitely a product that didn't work out for me. I mean, some people love them and their chinchillas devour them, but just not Merlin. The last thing is salt licks. So this is something that I actually had to ask somebody on Instagram that helps me out with chinchilla information. I will put her in the description if I remember. But basically, I just asked her this question because I wasn't sure. But with my first chinchilla, I used to buy salt mineral licks, or like those salt wheels. I don't know if you guys know what those are. But some rodents do need them. So I used to think that chinchillas needed them. And I would buy them for my chinchilla, and he would like chew it around, like play with it. And within like a few months, the entire wheel, the salt wheel, would be gone. And I never really found any information online about whether they were good or bad. But I just kind of stopped using them. And then recently, like I'm literally talking right before this video, I asked this person who knew what they were talking about, and they told me why salt licks and like salt wheels are bad for chinchillas. And I'm just going to read really quickly why. So, oh dear. Merlin, no, come back. Come back. I'm too lazy to walk all the way there, so you come here. They are bad because the excess salt and minerals will leach other minerals from the body due to the balance. And this can lead to bladder stones, kidney issues, white teeth, and they get all the salt and minerals they need in a proper balance and a good diet. Once you upset that balance, it just invites problems. With chins, less is more. And honestly, I couldn't agree with that anymore. Like, she literally said it perfect. With chinchillas, guys, keep it simple. Don't make it complicated. If you're unsure about this weird treat that you can't find any information on and nobody really knows, then don't feed it to your chinchilla. I mean, just stick with the stuff you know is good for them. Not cardboard. That is all that I really regret buying for my chinchilla. I mean, you know, but besides the basics, I used to buy bedding that was bad for chinchillas. Let me think. Low quality brands of food and hay. I don't think I bought any. Oh yeah, I used to feed my chinchilla raisins. Oh no. What are you doing? He's like stuck. Anyway, so yeah, besides that, that's pretty much all for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments if you ever bought products for your chinchilla that you regret and that your chinchilla either it didn't work out with them or they were unsafe. I don't know, but Merlin here says goodbye.